Felipe Massa wins the French Grand Prix from his Ferrari teammate Kimi Raikkonen and takes over the lead in the Drivers' Championship. And there you see the damage done to Lewis Hamilton's championship challenge over the last two races. He drops to fourth, 10 points off Felipe Massa's lead, and Mark Blundell totally Ferrari's day here at Manicourt.
They're in a different class today, Steve. I think you looked at the lap times, a second a lap to the people behind, you know, but then you took the mid-grid positions and they were nearly 2 seconds a lap faster, so pretty demoralising for everybody else down the pit lane.
One big talking point, how Kimi Raikkonen got that Ferrari home in second with the damaged exhaust.
He did very well. I think he, you know, just adapted to what was available to him there. Obviously broken exhaust, the airbox as well, and everything like that was burnt away, so it wouldn't have been easy for him, but that shows the durability and still the outright speed of Ferrari with problems.
And the other big talking point, the drive-through penalty that Lewis Hamilton suffered on the first lap after that incident at the chicane. We'll get your reaction to that in a moment, but let's just see it again. This is what happened at the chicane, and a drive-through penalty. Was it deserved?
Well, I think it's a bit harsh, to be perfectly honest with you, but I understand the reasons why it was delivered. Lewis basically makes the overtaking manoeuvre and just cuts across the chicane. And at this point, really what he should have done is just backed off and let the car go back by again. I think if he'd have done that, it'd been okay. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're out there racing. They've got to push. He made the move, and unfortunately, he just went a little bit too deep and slipped off the racetrack. OK, I'm not sure we're going to get Lewis Hamilton's reaction before we go off air, but we can certainly get the reaction from the McLaren boss, Ron Dennis.
Well, Ron, a challenging day for the team. Tell us about your view of that very marginal call, Vettel at the chicane, Lewis.
I think he was past him. I don't think, you know, I don't think he got any road position. I mean, that's my opinion. Obviously, it's not an opinion held by other people, but you know, I think he was past. So, you know, obviously nothing to be gained from saying anything else.
So you were in communication with Charlie and race control?
Just said that, you know, it was our opinion that he was past, you know, before he got squeezed off the circuit. You know, I mean, I don't think he gained a position through being off the road, but obviously other people have a different opinion.
First the decision in Canada, which you accepted, then Kovalainen's miscreants yesterday, which really hurt nobody, seeing as Webber was through. Is it difficult being on the end of all these stewards' decisions?
Draw your own conclusion from that, but we're just focused towards Silverstone, and you know, there's a lot of racing to do. Have quick racing cars, they're competitive, and just concentrate on Silverstone now.
Certainly been a tough couple of weeks for McLaren and a damaging couple of weekends for Lewis Hamilton. How do you judge his championship position now?
Well, I mean, it's very difficult now because he's got a couple of guys there in front of him. He's a clear 10 points behind now the championship leader, Massa. And you just got to look at what's been going on. It's just not been a clean couple of Grand Prix for him. It's really setting him back, and I think the mood is very evident here now. There's a lot of tension growing.
Well, that was Lewis striding past the press out in the paddock, saying absolutely nothing. His feelings will be known, I'm sure, over the next 24 hours. Ferrari overjoyed, but Massa taking advantage of a problem for Kimi Raikkonen here.
Yeah, I think, to be perfectly honest with you, Steve, I think Kimi Raikkonen had the upper hand over Massa, and he'd pretty much gone out and was in a 4-second lead by this point. And unfortunately, you could just see, look, the exhaust pipe there. It's the tail pipe. It's connected by a lambda sensor. It's basically a sensor what monitors the gases going through the exhaust, just coming loose, and eventually it flies off. But that's the problem that caused Raikkonen to slow, and Massa took advantage of that.
How would Kimi Raikkonen have felt that in terms of the handling of the car, and what would have been his concerns about getting the thing home?
Well, it would have been just a power loss, basically, and from that point, the power loss would have actually altered the handling of the car, but you could see him just adapting to it, and at first it took the lap time quite low for him, but then he just adapted and he speeded up, but it wouldn't have been too dramatic.
Look ahead to Silverstone for us, in theory, another Ferrari circuit.
Very much so, yeah. I think the Silverstone and Ferrari combination will be strong there again. But Lewis has to turn up at Silverstone with a mindset that he's going to put all of this behind him and try and get this championship back on track.
And at least he'll tackle the British Grand Prix with no grid penalties or or nothing hanging over him like that. We assume, anyway.
At this moment, we assume, yeah, but with what's gone on so far this weekend, who knows? But no, if he can go there with a clear mind, and I think the British crowd behind him, let's see what he can produce, and I think it will be something very spectacular.
Very quick word about another star of the day, Toyota back on form, Jarno Trulli in particular.
Surprised me, I have to say. I did feel that they were going to be a little bit inconsistent during the race, but Jarno Trulli, outstanding performance, and you know, great as well, Toyota, and a great tribute as well to Ove Anderson, the guy who managed the Toyota team very early on. You could just see the combination of Kovalainen trying to pass Trulli. Just watch him go up the inside here. They get so close at 180 miles an hour going into that chicane. Very close indeed. Tough racing.
OK, thanks very much. Now we can start looking forward to Silverstone in 2 weeks' time, the big day on the British motorsport calendar.
When the 5 lights go off, the British Grand Prix will go. Hamilton's greatest challenge begins now!
And Raikkonen goes up the inside and thought better of it, wisely so.
He hasn't won it today, but the Hamilton bandwagon carries on. Kimi Raikkonen wins the British Grand Prix at Silverstone.
British Grand Prix 2 weeks from now. We'll have the usual live coverage with qualifying 10 past midday on Saturday and the race live on Sunday. But before all that, the European Football Championship, that'll be resolved. Take a note in particular of the second semi-final live on ITV1 on Thursday. That match live on ITV1 on Thursday. Russia, the heroes of last night, against Spain or Italy, who play this evening. Lewis Hamilton, he'll be glad to say goodbye to Magny-Cours. He'll be looking forward already to the fight back that starts at Silverstone. Bye-bye.